So guys, welcome back to the workshop, and in this video I'm going to explain and show you what I've decided to do with Vera, the Volvo 740. Unfortunately, she's got to go. No, I'm not going to crush the Volvo or bury it or do something crazy. It might be good content for the channel, it might make good views, but it would also piss nearly all of you off. So I'm not going to do that. But I am going to let go of the Volvo for now, and I'll explain why. So what am I going to do with Vera? So although a lot of you want to see me learn to weld on the channel, probably just to point and laugh, I'm not going to do it just yet. I do want to do it, but not at the moment. I don't really have the time, to be honest with you. And although the work that needs doing on this car, on one hand is a good place to start, on another hand it's not really a good place to start because it's structural. So by that, for those of you that didn't see the last video, I'm talking about the rot on the chassis legs of the car. Yeah, there's quite a few holes in the frame rail, decent sized holes. There's what you can see, and then there's obviously what you can't see as well. It's rotten from the inside out, so there's probably going to be quite a lot of the frame that needs to be replaced if we're doing it properly. Yeah, I'm just going to let someone weld it up this time, but rest assured there will be some welding on the channel in future. I just need to pick the right moment to actually start it. So in this video we're going to get it somewhat ready for the MOT, which is the annual vehicle inspection here in the UK. Because once it's welded, I want to be able to take it straight for the MOT and see what it's actually going to fail on, or not. Hopefully it passes straight away, but there are some things, some obvious things that aren't functioning that we need to sort out so that we give ourselves a fighting chance. So I believe this is single stage paint, and I say that for two reasons. One of which is that if you rub it, you get a lot of blue off it and onto your fingers. Now, I guess that could be some kind of polish that's been applied to it, like a colour match type thing, or it is actually just the paint that's coming off on my hands because of the oxidization. So for that reason, I think I'm going to polish it by hand. I think that would be the most sensible thing to do, because I think with a machine polisher you can burn through the paint very quickly just to get rid of this layer of oxidization. I think it'd be super easy to do, and it will just come up really nice. It's got one of those fancy blue ones in it, one of those really bright ones that blinds everyone else, just so that you can see. But you can see there, you can see it's broken. So I don't know what the regulations are here with having one of these blue ones in that one, because I can see that one's really bright as well, and then a normal one over there, and it will look stupid anyway. So I think I'm just going to replace it with two standard bulbs for now, and that will at least just get us through the MOT and get us on the road. So you can see this is in terrible shape, so we need a new one of these anyway, but we'll go ahead and replace the bulb. So I'm raiding my mate's stash here. He did give me permission, so thank you, Ollie. So he's got a load of bulbs here, absolutely tons. So hopefully we've got what we need, probably everything apart from what we need. We know how these things go, but we'll have a look, see what we can find. To be fair, I think he could open up a bulb shop. Absolutely tons of them. I think that's the one, isn't it? To be honest, I think I prefer the nice yellow glow from the original bulbs in those headlights than those bright blue ones, or bluishy whatever they are. They are better, of course, they're much more effective, but I don't know, I think I prefer the original. The original glow of the 740 front gives you a nice warm, tingly feeling. So yeah, we'll have 2 of those in so it doesn't look cockeyed or whatever you'd call it. And not cockeyed, what would you call it? Whatever it is anyway, a bit wonky looking, a bit weird looking. So yeah, we'll keep it the same on both sides and we'll get that indicator bulb fitted. A lot of people commented and said they don't like the rear end of this car. I do. I think it looks better in some way, but obviously they both have their place. Obviously the original rear end is very similar to the 200 series rear end, and of course I've already got a 200 series, I've already got a 240 that has that style, so it's quite nice to have a 740 with a different style rear end that is more modern but still gives off just as much of an 80s feel, if you ask me. So yeah, I do really think that it looks good. Anyway, let's carry on with the bulbs and see what's going on. There's a lot not working here, so we'll see what's happening. So we'll just check the horn. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds like actually only the high tone is working, not the low tone. But either way, that should be fine for the MOT. Wipers. Just one. Oh. Tired old Volvo. So we got leakage and only one of these things working, but that wasn't up when we started, so it obviously tried to do something and then gave up pretty quickly. So yeah, not really the most important thing at the moment. It's completely loose, so obviously the linkage has failed. Oh no. So it's essentially, there's a bolt there and there's one in the middle and there's obviously one on the other side. Of course the wiper arms need to come off, which is just this nut here and a little bit of finagling and they'll come off. The wings don't need to come off, just those bolts, and then it will slide forward and off, so we'll do that now. Just wanted to cut in and say, look how nice this windscreen trim is. Look at it, it's perfect. I don't think I've ever seen one so good. Some webs or something on there, but look how nice it is. Beautiful. Yeah, normally they go, don't they? All this rubber starts to break up and crack and fall off, but yeah, it's definitely been looked after for most of its life. Just suffered in recent years, didn't it, being left outside, but push down on it. It's important to pull down on it and then lift it up rather than try and lift it up too soon, and then you can pull on the corner of the windscreen and actually crack it. I've got a breakage here. This cable has gone. So that's just, yeah, not really doing anything. And and the motor on this side drives this one directly, so that's why that one was working. But on this side it's some kind of cable arrangement. It's actually not a bad idea to do this at least once on your Volvo 740 if you've not done it before, because quite often this can be full with leaves, especially if your grate comes loose, which it was on this one and is usually on basically all of them, isn't it? So yeah, you can end up with really some big problems in here, but this one thankfully is really quite clean and nice. So yeah, you just obviously don't want too many leaves in here, too much dirt, and of course it's just going to trap all the moisture, all the water. You have that all sitting, and of course it causes problems, doesn't it? So there we go, joys of old car ownership, I suppose. These are the sort of things that happen on older cars. Things break that normally you wouldn't expect, because obviously they get old, they get rusty, they snap and things like that. So yeah, you end up with these kind of awkward repairs, and obviously in this case it can be things that can be quite hard to get hold of. So hopefully we can find another one, we'll get it sorted, and that'll be in the next video. So I'll see you then.